A very good afternoon to you. Welcome to today's edition of KTN Live at 1. I'm Najma Ismail. Mutula Kilonzo Jr. was this morning cleared by the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission to contest the Makueni Senator by-election set for July 26th. Following his nomination yesterday by the Wiper Party, Mutula Jr. presented his papers to the IEBC in Watertown this morning and is confident he will clinch the seat that was left vacant by his late father. Sophia Wanuna reports.
Out Kathy Kilonzo, in Mutula Kilonzo Jr. In a twist of events that saw his sister barred from contesting the Makueni Senate seat, Mutula Kilonzo Jr. was Saturday morning taken through the clearance process by Makueni County returning officers Salad Guracha Boru in Watertown. Documents submitted by Mutula Jr. included his national ID, voter registration card, Wiper nomination certificate, and integrity declaration form, among other documents. And after checking his documentation, the son of the late Mutula Kilonzo was in light.
I, the returning officer for Makueni County, do hereby certify that Mutula Kilonzo Jr., ID number 13705756, is hereby validly nominated for the county Senate election in Makueni County today, 20th July 2013.
Mutula Jr. exuded confidence of clinching the seat despite his late entry into the race.
I've accepted the nomination, the certificate is here, and I want to plead with all of you to turn up in large numbers to vote for me on Friday. The strategy is and has been that the party has been campaigning throughout, and therefore what I am doing is joining the train. And other than my poster, this campaign.
And still on matters touching on the Makueni by-elections, and the Inspector General of Police, David Kimayo, says that police are on high alert to arrest individuals who are supposedly planning to disrupt the Makueni senatorial by-elections slated for Friday. Through the Kenya Police Service spokesman, Kimayo said enough security personnel have been deployed in Makueni to ensure peace prevails in that area. Police also warned that they would arrest and charge any politician who will be spreading hate speech and will campaign in Makueni.
Mikakati ile ambayo tumeweka ni kuhakikisha kwamba kwanza tunaondoa hofu kwa wananchi, kwa sababu tayari kuna hali ya eti kule nyanjani, na ni jambo ambalo sisi kama wanausalama na pia kwa niaba ya serikali tusingependa liwepo. Kwa hivyo tayari tushawaambia wananchi waondoe hofu, na siku itakapowadia waende wakapige kura bila wasiwasi wowote. Lakini mbali na hiyo, maafisa zaidi pia ambao hasa ni wa kuangalia labda utovu ama makosa yanayoambatana na upigaji kura. Utakumbuka kwamba wakati kura zilipowadia tulipea maafisa fulani mafunzo maalum ya kukabiliana ama kushughulikia makosa yanayoambatana na upigaji kura. Kwa hivyo maafisa hawa tayari tushawatuma kule kwa matayarisho.
Villagers in Torongo Division, Baringo County are protesting the handover of the 4.8 billion shilling Chemususu Dam project to the Rift Valley Water Service Board. The residents claim that the National Water Service Board has reneged on an agreement made between the two parties to supply them with free, clean water. The villagers who held a demonstration yesterday say the National Water Service Board had promised to supply them with free water before the official opening of the dam. According to the leader of the community, Wilson Kiragu, the dam was built in a forest land initially conserved by the community, where more than 100 springs leading to the dam originated from their farms. They had also agreed to construct a path around the dam to demarcate the boundary of the forest and the dam. Kiragu noted that the dam was completed early this year, but the agreement has not been fulfilled.
Ile naenda kwa hii dam na wanataka kusambaza maji mpaka Nakuru, na sisi wenyewe atuchafaitika.
Ile 10% ambayo tulikuwa National Water walituahidi kabla waanze the project itself, the Chemususu Dam, hawajaitoa hiyo pesa. Na wamaliza phase 1 ya the construction ya project.
A section of church leaders are against Parliament debating the proposed marriage bill and instead want the public's view taken into consideration. According to the leaders, they want the bill to be removed from the floor of the House so that citizens can debate it and recommend changes in the bill. There are fears that the marriage bill 2013 as is will compromise the sanctity of the marriage in the country.
When they see you, they feel bad. No, they don't hate you, and we just want to be up there. What should we do? You are not ready to stand for the truth, regardless. I said hallelujah. Yeah. When you meet somebody who has togine, unajua jawabu anaweza kuwa pale akwambie,
it's an issue that is involving our children, our families, and the background of every nation and even church begins with the family. So if we don't tread on it with carefulness, then we may destroy our country.
After this disappearance of 2 members of the Maasai community in Laikipia, Maasai elders decided to be proactive in finding the lost duo, conducting a ritual in an open grazed field where they cursed whoever those behind the disappearance. The elders say that the Maasai perform the cursing ritual whenever they feel strongly aggrieved. They believe that those that have been cursed will either go insane or have misfortunes befall them, either through destruction or through death. Carol Derry was in Laikipia and brings us this bizarre report.
Etched on their faces is visible anger. The tone of their chants, a clear indication that all is not well. And while we do not understand the Ma language, we watch in awe as these members of the Maasai community conduct a ritual we are made to understand is one performed to curse anybody who gravely wrongs members of the community. The ritual follows the mysterious disappearance of 2 Ma community members in Laikipia. One disappeared over a year ago. The whereabouts of Kuyoni Korosia remain unknown. A similar fate has befallen one 37-year-old Kuntai Karamushu, who is said to have disappeared early this month when he took off to Timau to sell his goods. Lepirosis Olekarumba, a Maasai elder, explained that they had resorted to issuing curses to those involved as they had exhausted all other possible avenues, such as visiting police stations.
Hii ni kumaliza ile mtu amesidi kuua wengine na anaenda kuua wengine kwa pesa. Kwa hivyo tunasema hiyo mtu leo mwisho yake ndio hii.
We ask then, what is the likely outcome for those who will be on the receiving end of the curses meted out?
Anaweza tokezea iwe mwenda simu. Anatoka hiki anakuwa anaropoka tu. Amepilisika, amekuwa kama ilikuwa ni msee iko boma kama mimi. Anaanza watoto yake anaanza kufa, ng'ombe anaanza kufa, yeye anakuwa mjinga.
Wanasemekana ni posters.
Ni kuuliwa wanauliwa.
Na ni kuuliwa na uliwa.
Relatives present at the cursing ritual hope that justice will be served. So strong is their belief in the ritual that they believe the curses will work, and whoever is behind the disappearance of their loved ones will be known.
Sisi kama familia tumeshangaa ni nini, kwa sababu tumetafuta mtu ametoka na Dungoro kuja kwenda Timau kuuza mbuzi yake, na eventually mtu akapotea, akatoweka na akaenda namna hiyo.
And though they point an accusing finger at KWS for the disappearance of the 2, KWS Assistant Director in charge of Mountain Conservation Agri Maumo says he's not aware of the case and no information has been forwarded to him. Every community has its own set of beliefs and traditions, and for this Maasai community, having reached the end of the road in search of their loved ones, they believe that whoever did this, whoever committed the atrocities against them, will pay in one way or another. Carol Derry for KTN in Laikipia.
A second member of parliament is on the verge of losing his seat after a recount showed that he lost the election by 4 votes. Bonchari member of parliament Zebedeo Opore is that MP, and even as Lady Justice Ruth Sitati delivered the verdict on the recount, she has called on residents of Bonchari constituency in Kisii County to exercise restraint now and even after the court delivered its overall verdict on the election petition that has been filed by Opore's closest challenger, John Oyoka. Patrick Amimo reports.
The Kisii High Court has released the outcome of the recount of votes in an election petition challenging the election of Ford People's Zebedeo Opore as Member of Parliament for Bonchari constituency. The vote recount was ordered by Lady Justice Ruth Sitati on July 2nd to ascertain the number of votes cast for each of the 11 contestants in the March 4th polls. Results of the recount shows Ford People MP Zebedeo Opore is trailing his closest challenger John Oyoka of Kanu by a difference of 4 votes. The recount shows Kanu's John Oyoka emerged tops after garnering 8,967 votes to beat Opore, who scooped 8,963 votes. During the March 4th polls, the constituency's returning officer Peter Ressa had announced Opore a winner with 8,992 votes against Oyoka's 8,987 votes, allowing Opore to get into parliament with a narrow margin of 5 votes. And even as Opore now stares at the possibility of losing his seat, Lady Justice Ruth Sitati says it's not yet celebration time until she delivers a final ruling, since vote scrutiny was just part of the petition.
The parties herein are given a strong warning by the court that if they persist in encouraging their supporters either to celebrate or mourn when the court has not rendered its final decision.
The Lady Justice directed lawyers in the petition to make their submissions on July 25th before she delivers final judgment. She warned that security agents have been directed to be on high alert for anybody who will cause chaos during and after the verdict. The area MP has urged restraint on the constituents.
Elections are supposed to be free and fair. They were free and fair as far as I'm concerned. But at the same time, as we await the results, the ruling, it is important we keep peace so that we don't divide the constituency.
Opore now joins Kibwezi West MP Patrick Musimba in the waiting list of lawmakers whose fate now remains with the High Court judges after they lost in vote recount. A vote recount for Kibwezi West that had been ordered by the High Court found Kalembe Ndile beat Patrick Musimba by 118 votes. Patrick Amimo, KTN.
Well, we revisit our story on the Makueni Senator by-election, where Mutula Kilonzo Jr. was this morning cleared by the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission to contest the Makueni Senator by-election set for July 26. Following his nomination yesterday by the Wiper Party, Mutula Jr. presented his papers to the IEBC in Wote Town this morning and is confident he will clinch the seat that was left vacant by his late father. Sophia Wanuna reports.
Out Kathy Kilonzo, in Mutula Kilonzo Jr. In a twist of events that saw his sister barred from contesting the Makueni Senate seat, Mutula Kilonzo Jr. was Saturday morning taken through the clearance process by Makueni County returning officer Salad Guracha Boru in Water Town. Documents submitted by Mutula Jr. included his national ID, voter registration card, Wiper nomination certificate, and integrity declaration form, among other documents. And after checking his documentation, the son of the late Mutula Kilonzo was given the green light.
I, the returning officer for Makueni County, do hereby certify that Mutula Kilonzo Jr., ID number 13705756, is hereby validly nominated for the County Senate election in Makueni County today, 20th July 2013.
Mutula Jr. exuded confidence of clinching the seat despite his late entry into the race.
I've accepted the nomination, the certificate is here, and I want to plead with all of you to turn up in large numbers to vote for me on Friday. The strategy is and has been that the party has been campaigning throughout, and therefore what I am doing is joining the train. And other than my poster, this campaign has been going on for a long time.
His documents show that he registered as a voter in Uuma Primary School in Boni constituency, where he also voted during the March 4th general election.
So we are ready to face our challenges in a very open, democratic way.
Wiper's Mutula Jr. will now face off with NAK Kenya's Philip Kaloki, Labour Party of Kenya Jen Kitundu, Abanas Katumo, an independent candidate, and PIC's Harun Mwau on the July 26th by-election. Sophia Wanuna, KTN.
And staying in Makueni with just 5 days to the by-election, Mutula Kilonzo Jr. has hit the ground running and immediately after his clearance embarked on his campaign in Makueni. He's expected to officially launch his candidature this afternoon in Wote, where our reporter Samugina joins us via phone in that area. Samugina, if you can hear me, what is the mood on the ground and how has this clearance been received by Makueni residents?
Well, thank you so much, Najma. It's my right now as we speak. I'm reporting live from Wote town where Mutula Kilonzo Jr. has actually launched his campaign bid. If at all you can hear the background, that is former Vice President Kilonzo speaking. Mutula Kilonzo Jr. actually was quite categorical that already the campaign has begun. Given that he only has 4 days to go for campaigning, he says all the groundwork has been done. All he's coming to do is just to accomplish that his wiper party's quest to have their seat secured back. But probably what I can single out is that the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission has been receiving so much flack in this rally that is ongoing. The first one that is Mutula Kilonzo Jr. is holding, IEBC has come under sharp criticism with the speakers saying that the institution has lacked credibility. Its credibility is badly dented and it cannot be trusted to hold a fair election. Actually, speakers say that IEBC will be disbanded altogether, saying that in fact EPK performed way better than the IEBC. And Italy, what is coming out is that leaders are actually castigating IEBC for KP Kilonzo's rules, saying that KP Kilonzo has been persecuted for refusing to actually vie on a Jubilee ticket as it was before when she was approached. So on that account, he's being persecuted. It wasn't her fault, it was IEBC's fault for not verifying her registration status because the registration slip in fact belongs to the IEBC. And also another pointer is that the Jubilee Alliance has actually also come under sharp criticism with speakers saying that it's sponsoring candidates to secure the Makueni Senate seat and actually lashing out at the Jubilee candidates for the Makueni senatorial seat, to be specific, that is Professor Philip Kaloki vying on a NAC ticket, actually labeling him as a traitor a traitor of the community. Najma?
Thank you very much, Samo Gina there on phone from Makueni.